Our road trip to Alaska continues as we cross into Canada, experience the Great Plains, drive through the Canadian Rockies, encounter wildlife, wildfires, more wildlife, followed by Miriam and I reaching Dawson Creek and the start of the Alaskan Highway. The other way. Hey, we're in Saskatchewan, Canada.
Woohoo! It's exciting, we made it.
Our route takes us west along the Trans-Canadian Highway 1 through the Canadian Great Plains. We are in Moosejaw, Canada. Yeah, Moosejaw. Now you may think that's really a small town, but it's not. Population of over 30,000. Really nice. Had lunch in a nice local restaurant. Got checked in, went out to dinner, and a couple of observations. Number one, how many times in America have you come to a 4-lane highway intersection and it's governed with stop signs all the way around? Very courteous people here. No problems whatsoever to negotiate that. Secondly, we are so far north here in Moosejaw that at the hotel we're in, that there are 110 volt outlets in front of every parking spot. So in the wintertime, you can plug your car in because they have heating systems built in for your car to be parked. Our server at the restaurant we had lunch in said they had a winter low last winter of over 50 below zero. A little chilly. That'll definitely frost your cornflakes. I got panhandled today, and generally I dismiss those folks. I'm polite, but I normally don't subsidize that. However, this young man was extremely polite. This is the second time I've been panhandled in Canada. The first time was in '08 when Miriam and I went to Toronto, and same situation. The young man continued to apologize for interrupting us and tried to explain his situation. And it wasn't just he wanted money. He wanted something to eat. And he was legitimately wanting some food. So we actually bought him dinner. And it's one of those cases where it seems like he had a combination of probably some mental health issues. And it just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. Like I said, generally I don't subsidize that behavior. But this situation seemed like it was appropriate. And where's Miriam, you ask? Well, she's over there working on her journal for the trip in her pajamas because we're getting ready to go to bed.
Yep, gotta keep everything straight.
I can tell you the Great Plains didn't get that name for just randomly. They are very big, they are very vast, and they are very empty. So we decided to stop in at a little cultural icon in Canada, a little coffee stand, it's a full-blown restaurant called
Tim Hortons.
Tim Hortons.
It's our first Tim Hortons, and it's pretty good.
I have a cup of Timmy's, as they say here, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So we just finished a fight over drink holder utilization. And I was severely reprimanded for taking out both of the front seat drink beverage stabilization places. So.
It's a turf war.
Turf war. My car. According to one local, the Great Plains are so open that you can watch your dog run away for days. So we made it to Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada. The next stop tomorrow, of course, is going to be in the Canadian Rockies. But anyways, we checked in. The young lady at the front desk said there has been a problem with our room and that it's not available because of a plumbing issue. So they've had to upgrade us to a very large room, which is a suite. And we got a lot of room in here. Miriam's on the settee, got a fireplace, a working fireplace, got a couch, desk area to do video editing, the king-size bed, normal amenities, coffee pot, microwave. And in the loo, we have a jacuzzi. The only question that I have is, Miriam, what do we do with all this space? After transiting the Calgary area and approaching Banff National Park, the Canadian Rockies come into view. It's dinner time, and on the way up to where we're having dinner, we saw. Come over here and tell everybody what we saw. On the side of the road,
We saw Mama Grizzly and 2 cubs. They look like big cubs, maybe last year's cubs. I think they hang with Mama for 2 years.
Not exaggerating. You probably could have. I could have stayed on the asphalt, stuck my hand out, and petted the grizzly. Miriam wouldn't let me. So we're trying to fix dinner at this overlook into the valley. We have an encroachment of a bunch of wild animals. And I know nothing about these creatures. I don't know if they are prone to attack,
I don't think
or whether they want our food, but I feel better that they're sheep and not grizzlies. Dinner with a view.
Oh my gosh, you can't.
The reason we came to Banff, Canada is that it's a great starting point for the drive up the Icefields Parkway on our way to Dawson Creek. Our first breakfast in the field, scrambled eggs and some sort of protein concoction Miriam is going to have.
It's a nice view of Castle Mountain.
Not a terrible place to stop and have breakfast. You know, when you first look at these freeze-dried meals, I forgot how much we paid for the scrambled eggs. About $10 roughly. I think that's an awful lot. It's a lot cheaper than going to a restaurant and having too much food for 3 times as much. After breakfast, we made our way over towards Lake Louise, stopped and took some photographs, and continued heading north. So while we were admiring the glaciers, we became aware there's a little provision store, a little cafe. We stopped in, scored us some lunch for later. Aren't a whole lot of options along this road. Matter of fact, we're in the part of the world where cell phones don't work. So far it's been a good day. Right?
Oh, it's been fantastic.
So we stopped this little overlook area to have our sandwiches we picked up earlier. And the group behind us said, you might want to be aware of the bear. Right over there, walking along the tree line. You probably can't make him out for this camera. So we think it's a black bear. Could be a grizzly. So basically 100 yards away, but they can move faster than I can, so it makes for an exciting lunch. So much for our pleasant little picnic. Miriam, do you see anything worthwhile taking a photograph of here?
I can't capture it. It's just so awesome.
What you doing?
I'm trying to capture this monster of a thing.
Monster? What monster? Where?
The half-mile wide Athabasca Glacier is an outflow of a 325 square kilometer Columbia ice field and is moving at a staggering speed of 80 meters per year. We are several miles away from the top of the glacier by taking these photographs and video. After reaching Jasper and the end of the Icefields Parkway, we head north towards Dawson Creek and the start of the Alaskan Highway.
As we got out to the other side of town, the rain started and everything seemed to clear up. And then off to our left, we saw this plume of smoke, our first wildfire of the trip. We did have a notice on our Google Maps that there was a wildfire that may affect our route earlier, but that was way to the south of us before we started the day. So the excitement just continues.
The wildfires are not on our route though, so that's the good news.
And another update, the volcano, Mount Spurr, appears to be settling down. Miriam, what are you doing?
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
After 4,000 miles of travel, we reach the Alaska Highway. We take a well-deserved rest day here, get caught up on laundry, and restock supplies. Before continuing northwest on the 1,400-mile iconic Alaska Highway. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. If you want to see more of our travel-related content, just check out the rest of our channel. And don't forget to subscribe.
We don't know where we're going, we just want to get gone.